Hello and welcome to part 2 of this news conference. So the question was, are you going to get tougher on fans who are sectarian and especially against the line? Right. And I wasn't surprised to see that this was a Celtic fan that had asked this question. Now my thing would be is that sectarianism has damaged the image of Scottish football for years. It's pathetic. So if anyone, and I'm pointing at you watching this, if you were sectarian at any time, you better have stopped. Because you are ruining the image of Scottish football. And if you're still doing it, please stop. I'm an 11-year-old. I'm trying my hardest to improve Scottish football. And the last thing we need is people being bigoted, and it's not 90 minutes bigotry like people say. It's hatred. Totally unnecessary. A bit of sort of banter chanting, you're not very good. I don't mind, of course I don't mind that. But you turn up to a game, you've got games on the TV live to all the football supporters watching it. Plenty abroad. I mean, I've got a cousin who lives in Holland, and his friends say, "Oh, Scottish football, all this Celtic versus Rangers." And Dutch people are saying, "Oh, it's rubbish. All you get is fights between Celtic and Rangers." What does that tell you? I mean, it's just too far. So, am I gonna get tough? Well, I already am tougher them. I personally am gonna do more reports because it was sort of interrupted by the urgent need for some work on FIFA. But I will go back to my sectarianism work very soon, even possibly today or tomorrow, and start working on that again because yes is the answer. But I think he confused us with an association that gets things done, like someone else did in which I'll tell you about in a minute. And so this person this probably thought we were, that we were a bit like the SFIA where we have the power. Now I remember there's a football bombs and bigotry or something like that on BBC, and I was watching it, and it was a youth game, and there was singing. You could see Billy Boys from the Rangers fans. You could see you could see Up the IRA from Celtic fans at a youth game, and there was police beside them who didn't seem to do a thing to try and stop them. So we need to get a structure set out of warnings that will be issued to people who are sectarian, and we need to give it to the SFA and even the SFL, possibly. For example, CIS, well, it's actually now the Scottish Communities League Cup. What if there's fans singing sectarian songs there, Celtic and Rangers fans? And that's an SFL tournament, so SFA have nothing to do with that. So we are going to set out a structure, and we are going to hand it to them, and we're going to say, look, we would suggest that you put something in place, not necessarily what we've just given you, but you put something in place, because it is a mess. I'm not talking about the SFA, I'm talking about the sectarianism in Scottish football, and they're all getting away with it. But we're setting out a structure, and you're not going to get away with it any longer if anyone here watching this video is someone who consistently sings sectarian songs regularly. And it's bang out of order, ruining the image of Scottish football. So, very much so, but not just on Rangers fans who are sectarian against Neil Lennon, on Celtic fans too. In all clubs, if we find any other clubs, even my own club Aberdeen, if their supporters, if you find any supporters of any club being sectarian, Absolutely. Enforced there too. Now, Tommy Roberts, St Mirren fan, said, and he's also a volunteer coach for a kids club, and he said, lots of talk about grassroots football, but not enough money going into facilities, fighting a lost cause, trying to find places. Also, adults taking up indoor facilities in the winter at times kids clubs need them, but they won't change their bookings to help. So what can be done to help volunteer coaches help shape the future of Scottish football? And then he also said, I didn't realise you were a couple of kids. Thought you might be a proper organisation that gets things done. Well, we can do our best to get it done. So, if you're an adult, I would suggest that you, if you've booked, for example, an indoor facility in your city to play football, and there's kids club who want to come in, like a kids football club, who want to come in at about 3 o'clock, and they want to come in at 9 o'clock because there's another free space. There's only one free space at 9 o'clock. They can't go then because they'd be in bed too late. I would ask you to please move your booking. If there's any of you watching, move your booking to help them out at in any situation. Do what you can to help volunteer coaches who are trying to shape the future of Scottish football by volunteering to run a kids club. They do not get paid for it, and they are working to improve Scottish football pretty much. Get kids better at football. So what can be done? I'll speak to SFIA and SFL about that, and I think there'll be a few youth programs being set up if we can find money to do so. So we'll see what we can do there. So that's the questions. I hope those answers are helpful to you, and I will do my best to improve all the things, because all the things mentioned were very much things that I would agree need to be improved. And also I was told pitches was another thing suggested, not for this news conference, but I asked for what did I ask for? I asked for things people like on Twitter asked the followers what they wanted to improve in Scottish football the most. And one suggestion was pitches. Went straight. I've emailed every Scottish club in SPL Division 1, 2 and 3. We've got a lot of replies, 4 SPL club replies, lots of other small clubs. We've had Motherwell, Califistle, Hibs, and who was the other one? St Johnstone. So that's good. And then we're probably going to focus on sectarianism next, and the Neil Lennon situation, which is completely just awful. So yeah, we have a lot to look into. So like I said, I hope those answers are helpful to you. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you for watching this video, despite the length of it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks.